Hey, everybody. It is one of our many meetings, the Customer Support Client Success Executive Brain Trust here today. We're covering a very important topic that is related to driving better business outcomes for your customers. And we had Jorge Delgadillo on speaking as a lightning talk. He covered the LAIR model and its applications inside of his organizational support network. And I'm going to turn the time over to him, just briefly summarize, what he covered. And then after him, we're going to go over to Allison, who's going to share some of the things that she's doing that is driving better business, customer business outcomes. So with that, Jorge, I'll turn the time over to you.
Yes, there we are, unmuted. Thank you very much, Paul. So what we covered today was essentially, a high-level overview of customer success and how someone can start implementing customer success in your organization, how to maybe assess the maturity level of your implementation of LAIR if you are introducing LAIR. And for those that didn't know about LAIR, exposing and creating awareness about that LAIR model and how it's applied in customer success as well as customer service and those kinds of things. And so it was a pleasure chatting about it, and look forward to further conversations on this topic.
Excellent. Thank you. And, after you spoke, we broke up into breakout groups, and the support people met and the success people met and came up with some sticky notes around this. And so just to share a few of those on the client success side, there's ideas on how to drive better customer outcomes, create communities, personalizing the adoption process, co-creating with the customer on success plans, proactive communication, and improving ease of use of our product by automating data inputs from end to end from the end user, which is very much related to AI. And then of course over here on the support side, what we really liked was tooling efficacy for first contact resolution, apply proactive issue identification to surface specialized self-servicing tools. Support should be the voice of the customer in marketing and product, and develop self-service. So a lot of great discussions were going on in those breakout rooms. And I'm going to turn it over to Allison. If you can share some of the ways that you drive better customer outcomes, the floor is yours.
Sure. So one of the things that we covered in the breakout rooms with Jorge as well were just listening to understand. Don't be listening to respond, but really listen to understand your customers. And that's really how you become a trusted advisor. Customers buy from folks that they know, like, and trust. And one of the ways that you can really cement yourself as a trusted advisor is to do the homework, do the work, do the research, know your accounts, know your customers. And when they come to you, not only with a problem, but just on a regular basis when they don't have a problem, be able to be that trusted advisor to them. And we also talked about the importance of cross-collaboration within other departments to ensure alignment and ensure that everybody's on the same page. So that handoff from sales to customer success, and the importance in really understanding what pain point it is that we're trying to solve for this customer. We talked about how oftentimes the folks that are involved in the buying process are not the same folks that you're going to be onboarding or that you're going to be working with. And so it's really important to have all that information and really have an overall understanding so that you can do the best job possible. And just wanted to say I really enjoyed this session and really appreciate the group, and thank you for letting me be a part.
Well, thank you for your insights, Allison. And I think to wrap up what you were saying beforehand is working cross-collaboratively, especially when the handoff, the decision maker is not who success or support are working with, is absolutely critical. So what a great comment over there on the success side. Do I have anyone that could add a little flavor on the support side? How do you drive better business? Robert, why don't you jump in here and share with us what you're doing on the support side of your business to drive better business or drive better customer outcomes?
Yeah, happy. Thanks. And we had a good discussion in our room 5, and Allison, you kind of sort of highlighted some of what we talked about, and Kendra was in our room. What I love is hearing the idea of support where can we add value? And one of the things we talked about in our room was the fact that support has to be part of the brand value proposition, and we have to find ways to be part of that. So in terms of like things that we're doing, we talked about AI. So using AI in the telephony space was one of the things. Kendra, you might want to talk to that a little bit more, but that was one of the things you guys are doing. And also in the AI data space is a place where I've been very interested. Using data AI models to make support data much more proactive and real time rather than reactive and maybe a little bit stale, so that we can add value by literally like mitigating issues, in hours rather than weeks, those kinds of things, as well as taking our rich data sets to product, since we support talks to the customer more than almost anyone else in the company, how to turn that into valuable data for product and engineering and other folks.
Wow, Robert, excellent. That is some wonderful, wonderful summary for your group. Yoram, why don't you add some spice as well?
Spice, okay. Salt maybe. There are a few things, and we discussed a lot. Obviously, being on the support side of the house, then we're being evaluated on average time to resolution, average cost of solved tickets, and the one that I added that I found the group receptive to was to just figure out what kind of issues take the longest number of contacts to respond to, and see if you can do something with the team to lower that number. Because whatever you can solve in 4 meetings or in 4 contacts, rather than in 6 or 7 or 9, is going to make the customer happier. But if I could add to that, the customer success portion of it, I found it that it is highly connected to the employee success internally in our company on our side of the fence. The more our employees and agents felt that they are on top of things, that they understand things, that management is receptive when they want more training on this aspect of the product or that aspect of how to resolve things. First of all, their retention went up. They stayed longer in the company, and in tandem with that, the number of contacts per solved tickets went down on the average, which takes with it the cost per solved ticket. And we did very well on the support side just by pushing that. The last thing that I want to mention is I drove support to ask one additional question, and that is the context. And then the context question is something like, okay, so I understand the issue, but what are you trying to do that gets you to face that issue? And I learned so much, and our agents learned so much about what the customers are doing with the program, what the customers are doing with the product, with the service, and we were able to feed that back to customer success, and they were obviously happy with that information, because that tells them or paints for them what is the picture that the customer has in their minds of what success looks like, which if we could get that from every customer, in my mind, that's the definition of customer centricity.
I don't think anyone would argue with you on that one. Thank you very much, Yoram. Great insights. Thanks to our panelists and for everything that you contributed today. We hope to see you at the next Brain Trust event, where we will be tackling similar issues that are related to support and success. Hope you all have a good day, and thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.